Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Haley and today I'm going to take you through a few of my favorite tips and tricks for my makeup routine. And I use these pretty much on a regular basis and I hope you find a few of these tips helpful. If you want to know what they are, keep on watching. My first tip is to use this Clinique clarifying lotion, and I find it better than an average moisturizer because I can use moisturizer at night, but if I end up using it before my makeup, then I find it smears my foundation sometimes. So this liquid lotion is a good solution to that, and it still keeps my face moisturized. And I just pat it on with my hands. My next tip actually involves tape, and yes, I do have this cute little dachshund tape dispenser because if you don't know already, I am obsessed with them. And I use this to get the dry skin off my nose. I have a very flaky nose, and if I don't do this trick, then I end up, the foundation magnifies the flakes and I really don't like the look. So taping it off, as weird as it looks and sounds, it gets rid of those flakes and I can move on and have flawless foundation. My next tip is if you're using primer, to make sure that you let it dry before you move on to the next step, which is usually foundation for most people. I find that it has the same effect as moisturizer does, and it can smear your foundation and make it slide around all day and not really keep it in place if it's still wet when you put it on. So I suggest waiting a minute or two after your primer, or if you don't have that kind of time, just fan it down just so you can get a little bit more of a grip for your foundation. For any makeup artists out there, you're gonna think this next tip is a big duh, but I'm gonna put it in here anyway because I didn't always do this, and since I have, I've noticed a major difference, and that is to wet my sponge. Yes, just wetting a beauty blender changes your makeup application 100%. When it's dry, it basically just soaks up all of your concealer or foundation or whatever you're using it for, and it ends up not blending and smoothing out as nicely as it does when it's wet. It's actually super simple. Just squeeze it a few times under running water and you get this nice plump sponge. If you know you're not gonna have time to wet your sponge in the morning, which is me, I'm too lazy to get up a lot of the times, I will wet it the night before and it stays plump overnight, and I just put it in this little makeshift case I have out of a cut up water bottle so it doesn't get dirty in my makeup drawer, and that works for me. My next trick is to use tape again. Yes, tape is a very good friend when you are applying your makeup. If you want to get a straight line for your eyeshadow, you can put tape from the corner of your eye to the tip of your eyebrow. I find this gives it a very clean line. People have done this before with eyeliner. I find that it doesn't really work with eyeliner because liquid eyeliner tends to bleed through the tape, but I do find it to work very well for eyeshadow. I don't use this look a lot actually, but if I do want a fine line, I will use tape. And if any makeup comes off from the tape, it's easy just to take that beauty blender, dab it back on, and set it with powder. This next tip I've actually mentioned in a previous video that I'll link somewhere up here, and it's a tip on how to fix messed up mascara. And this is pretty simple. You can just let it dry for a couple minutes, that's the key, and then just get a little spoolie and it will scrape right off, and then you're good as new. This next tip is how to create an ombre lip, and I start off by placing a lighter shade in the center of my lips, and then I go into a darker shade. Sometimes it's in the same color family, sometimes it's not, and I just kind of blend it in to that lighter shade to make a faded ombre look. This last tip I actually discovered by accident. I pulled out the tip of my felt eyeliner and I realized there was a double side to it, and I think this is the case for most felt tip eyeliners, and if you flip it over, it's like you have a whole nother life cycle with your favorite eyeliner. It's been soaking up the eyeliner all this time, and if you flip it over, it works amazing. And that concludes the tips and tricks for my beauty routine for today. I hope you guys learned something, and if you liked one of the tips, leave a comment below, tell me you like it or you learned something new. If you would like to see more, please hit the subscribe button right there. Please hit the thumbs up button too if you enjoyed this video. That would mean a lot to me. And I'll see you guys next week.